wish I could give you a canned, systematic speech for when people open the door. But a door knock is a much more intuitive and promptu portion than the rest of the sale. For example, here's a door approach that got me on a roof. DePaul to hell, we want the bell. Now, 98% of the population doesn't even know what that means. It's not roofing related, but this particular homeowner had a Wabash decoration on their porch. The wife who answered the door was kind of young, so I decided to have some fun with it. A good door knock is one that's tailored to what is going on in the neighborhood and tailored to the person that opens the door. The most important part of the door knock is your state of mind. If you're happy and excited to be at work, that is going to reflect in your body language and help you close more sales. Your inner monologue is critical. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Every job has its pros and cons, and all of us have those days where we are more focused on the cons than the pros. But if you do that here, it's going to cost you money, because I promise you, you will lose sales and struggle to sell if you have a poor mental inner monologue. If you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, you have to think of all the things about this job or your life in general that you're grateful for. When I was selling, I always had this type of inner monologue playing through my head, thinking about, hey, they're paying me to play on roofs. I love this. I'm outside, it's beautiful weather, I'm not stuck behind a desk. I'm working and I'm getting exercise at the same time. It's so beautiful to be outside of that office. Keep a playlist of these positive thoughts running through your head. It's cheesy as all get out, I understand that, but your presentation is way too important to let negative thoughts in your head. Another technique that I would use at the door is to tell myself a joke after I rang the doorbell and laugh at it. This helped me to have a truly genuine smile to the homeowner when they answered the door. Finally, the last thing that you need going through your mind is you need to believe that they are lucky that you are here. It took me doing a couple of installs for me to understand this, but it's true. Think about it for a second. These homeowners are getting $10,000 to $20,000 worth of home improvements, and they're only paying $500 or $1,000. You're practically giving away roofs. More importantly, you know that you're part of a locally owned company that's going to take care of them. The longer you're in this industry, the more stories you're going to hear about out of the town, chuck in a truck firms that come in, do shoddy work, and leave town or declare bankruptcy. The homeowner is truly lucky to have a representative from a reputable company at their door, and the longer you're in the industry, the more you're going to realize that. There are a couple of things you can do to convey a less threatening approach to the homeowner. After I ring a doorbell, I like to take a step back. If there's a porch or a step, I'm going to step down so that I appear shorter at the door. When the homeowner answers, I'm usually looking at their gutters or siding to see if there's any damage that I could point out to the homeowner. As I'm speaking, I keep my hands up and open in a palms up position to convey a submissive and less threatening posture. My message at a door knock always depends on the level of activity in the neighborhood. I'm going to explain why there might be damage on the roof, that I'm here getting things paid for by the insurance company, and ask them if I can get on the roof to do a brief inspection. Whatever you say in your door knock, you always want to keep it short. So for example, one thing that I like to use is, I'm just here doing an inspection to see if there's any hail damage in this area. Would you mind if I just got up on your roof to see if there's any has hit here? The best part of this type of approach is that I didn't even have to try to close this homeowner when I used it. I just knocked on the door after the inspection and told him, hey, thanks for letting me take a look. He immediately asked, did you find anything? I said, yeah, sure, there's plenty of damage here in the area. I'm sure we're going to be working in the neighborhood for a while. Do you want me to help you out? Another approach that I've used is, did you see what's going on at Bob's house down the street? Oh yeah, we got it paid for by the insurance company because of the hailstorm. I know it's noisy and it's major construction. I just want to apologize for all that and give you my card so that you can give me a call if anything blows off in your yard. Usually when you use this type of approach, the homeowner is going to be interested about the possibility of filing an insurance claim, and they'll ask you if you can get up on the roof and do an inspection before you even offer it to them. Another method of closing could be to say something like, I'm Dustin with Stay Dry Roofing, and we're inspecting all the roofs in the neighborhood, and I wanted to see if you wanted to schedule your inspection for later or just get it done now. So what I'm talking about here is the presumptive close. This approach works well when you are working in a neighborhood or a tight-knit community where people don't want to miss out on an opportunity. For example, if all their neighbors are getting a new roof paid for by insurance, it's just human nature to want one too. Presumptive close gives them a choice, and neither option is no. Just getting on a roof is half the battle. Once you get on the roof and find damage, you're in a really good position to close the sale. One final thing I want to reiterate is the importance of mentioning the specific names of their neighbors that we have worked with. Knowing that their neighbor has trusted us to work on their house goes a long way towards getting the contract closed. When you're talking to the homeowner for the first time, the more names you can drop from the neighborhood, the better. It's important to do this in a tactful way. There is an art to this. Casually dropping the names of neighbors and pointing out the homes if they're close by is ideal. It just builds trust with the homeowner knowing that a neighbor has already chosen to do business with Stay-Dry. Positive Google reviews, Yelp reviews, being A-rated on Angie's List, and being a member of the Better Business Bureau build credibility, but nothing compares to having an example of our quality workmanship right around the corner or an endorsement of one of their neighbors.